All right. Good morning. Grab a mat, a non-slippery surface. Place at the wall if you have. Okay. And we're just going to begin with a little bit of balancing. So go ahead and micro bend your knees. And then spread all 10 toes wide. So press through the mounds of your big toes, the ball of the big toes. Try and get your two big toes touching. Knees are just right over your toes. And then there's an internal lift happening from your pelvic floor, from the base of your pelvic floor. Ladies, if you're on your period, then you won't have that lift, but otherwise you do. So we're gonna really ground, press through the inner heel. So where your arch meets your inner heel, press through there, through the floor. And then coordinate that with spreading your toes wide. This is going to impact your sacrum, your lower back. We still have that micro bend. And then find that center outer edge of your foot. There's actually a little bone right there. And you're pressing through the bottom of the foot. So 3 points: mound a big toe, inner heel, center outer edge of your feet. Get your feet square on the same plane. Keep trying to get those big toes touching. Keep spreading all 10 toes wide. You do have to rebuild those neural pathways to get all those toes spreading. So that's where actually the neuroplasticity comes in. You're retraining the neuroplasticity of the brain through the body. Reach through the toes. Press through the mounds of big toes. Press through the inner heels. Press through the outer edges. And you'll notice an activation through the whole spine when you do this. Good. You still have that micro bend. Find that inner lift from your pelvic floor up to the top of your head. Good. And that's really going to impact the spine as well. And then start spreading wide across your collarbones. Reach to the outer edges of the room. Reach, 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 reach. Heart opening, heart expanding. Now your top shoulders are rolling down your back. Trapezius down. And that's a muscular action that's going to start making space and length across the cervical vertebra in your spine. Good. And then palms wide, palms facing the front of the room. So you can work through so much in your neck and shoulders. If we start with the foundation, start with the feet. Reach, press through those 3 points. And then rolling the traps down and back. You're going to start making space in the spine. And that's going to start resetting the way that the scapulas sit. Okay, so all the muscle attachments working between the neck and the shoulders. So the scapula, the flat bone across the back of your shoulder. And then use your imagination, the very southern tips of your scapula, the little wing at the very bottom. Imagine that that's reaching forward to the wall in front of you. So we still have that micro bend. You have a nice seat. Press through the mounds of the big toes. Try and get those big toes touching. Extend through all 10 toe tips. Reach through your toe tips like they're growing longer, taller. Lengthen, reach, extend. Mounds of big toes, inner heels, outside edge of your feet. It's a triangulation in your feet that we're getting. Find that lift from the base of the pelvis up to the top of the head. Unless you're on your moon time. Reach, extend through the top of the head. Wide, wide collarbones. sternum, center sternum lifting upwards and forwards. Traps rolling down and back. The southern tips of your scapulas reaching forward. Reach, reach, palms open, extended. And now draw your glutes straight down to the floor. Glutes straight down to the floor. Good. Now just play add-on. See how many of those points you can do at once. How many of those points can you synchronize and coordinate together? Right? However many you can do today. Reach through the toe tips. And when you start working with all of those points expanding in the different directions at once, you start to create that, you restore that internal equilibrium, that communication to your spine, your internal organs, that original blueprint of everything going back to its home. Soft jaw, soft forehead. Good, we still have that micro bend. Top shoulders rolling down the back. So you're really building that communication between the right side of your spine, the left side of your spine. Good. And then lifting from that sternum. The thymus gland is just underneath there. That lift, that structural lift, it actually impacts the vagus nerve, which impacts the brain, which impacts that calm, even in pressure. Good. So it matters. It's a way to build that internal resilience. Inhale, straighten the legs. See if you can get a little bit taller. So you're still extending, press through the mounds of the big toes, the inner heels, the outer edges of the feet. Your heart feels like it's busting wide, spreading the collarbones wide, spreading the sternum wide. Again, those trapezius, the tops of the shoulders, are rolling actively down the back body, chasing towards the glutes, and the glutes are chasing towards the heels. Feel that length. And as you get that length throughout your spine, all of the organs start to contract towards the spine. So rather than gravity taking our organs and them falling out of the pelvic bowl, they start to contract back into the bowl, back towards the spine, having that natural tone and buoyancy. Good, keep going. So it's an infinite action, right? Keep reaching through your fingertips. Keep reaching through your toe tips. Inhale slowly through your nose. Try and get to a 6 count breath. Slow, steady, smooth. Pause, exhale, slow, steady, smooth through your nose. Try and get to a 6 count exhalation. So build your way up to that 6 point, 6 count inhalation, exhalation. And you're going to build your capacity. So if you feel any strain, you can back off a little bit. But you want to build your capacity to where 6 count inhalation, 6 count exhalation feels easy, doesn't have strain anymore. Take those arms a little bit wider. We're getting an external rotation. External rotation. Good. And now take the arms up. So roll those top shoulders down and back. Front ribs are reaching to the wall behind you. And we keep getting this external rotation. So the underarm is reaching towards this inside arm, which is reaching towards the top of the arm. And the top of the arm is reaching, rolling towards the back of the arm. So it's a full external rotation, those palms facing forward. And now see if you can broaden, widen across your back rib cage, your back lungs, the area where the kidneys and the adrenals rest and sit. You want to broaden, extend, start to restore that elasticity in the tissues. So it's going to take focus. So go ahead and focus your gaze on one point on the floor. Good, and then arms down, palms still facing forward. Really working on that roll, top shoulder rolling down and back, armpit chest lifting, armpit chest rolling up towards the ceiling, top shoulders rolling down towards the floor. It's a wheel. Okay. But then we have to fill, open, broaden, expand that back rib cage at the same time that you're getting that wheel action in your chest. So find that one pointed focus, eyes gazing at the floor, jaw soft, throat soft, smooth, soft inhalation and exhalation. Aiming for that 6 count. And then your whole front body is lifting. So your kneecaps are chasing up to the ceiling. So it's activating the quads. The quad muscles reaching up towards your hips, towards your pelvis. Front of the thigh is reaching to the back of the thigh. Feel how strong those legs are once they're really activated. Toe tips extending. Find the triangulation of your feet. That's your strength. Remember, a triangle is the strongest shape. That's your foundation that impacts everything else. And then the knees chasing up towards the ceiling. Quads chasing up towards the ceiling, chasing, reaching towards the wall behind you. Good. Glutes chasing to the floor towards your heels. You're still getting that armpit chest lifting and filling, opening, broadening your lower rib cage. So you're finding that extension to your full capacity, and then you're softening in the brain. So you're expanding your capacity, what you think is possible, and at the same time, you're smoothing the breath. And at the same time, you're softening the brain, the nervous system. But you're not getting lazy in any of the limbs. Good. Feel that spine get taller, longer. Good. Okay. We're going to pick up off of some of the work from last week. So go ahead and have your right foot forward. And your left foot is your back foot. Toes are pointing this direction. Your back foot, the toes are slightly kicked out. So this is a great balancing one. You can definitely hold onto a wall, grab a chair, put it next to you. There's going to be a lot of coordination happening throughout your spine, throughout your ankles, throughout your feet, throughout your knee joints. Good. So see if you can square your chest towards the wall that you're facing. Draw the glutes straight down into your heels. Heart lifting, opening, expanding. It's like a gentle back bend. I'm going to give myself a little bit more space away from the wall. Okay. So we're still working on this front body opening, this armpit chest opening, lifting the armpit chest up towards the ceiling and rolling down the back. Now the top shoulders are rolling down the back, chasing towards the glutes, glutes chasing towards the heels. And then find that triangulation of your feet, hands on the pelvis, unless you need to hold on to something. Heart lifting upwards, forwards, shoulders rolling down and back. Reaching through all 10 toe tips. Engage the front of the leg to the back of the leg. It's a very strengthening pose. You're going to find a strength and a coordination throughout your whole spine. Really syncing up that communication to the whole body. Face soft. Focus on your smooth inhale and your smooth exhale. Activate, charge those legs, muscle to the bone. Charge, 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 charge. Good, exhale. Bring your left foot forward, your right foot back. Left foot toes are straight ahead, right foot toes are slightly angled out. Again, engage the legs, muscle to the bone. Armpit chest lifting towards the ceiling. Top shoulder rolling down the back. Broaden your chest. Broaden your chest. This is your life force. Your lungs are your life force. They go to the top of your shoulders. Fill them up, especially ladies. Work on this armpit chest area. Fill it up, expand it, broaden here. Keep reaching through those toe tips, keep broadening. Keep chasing your top shoulders down your back and your glutes towards your heels. Chase, 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 reach, 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 reach. Lift that center sternum upwards and forwards at a 60-degree angle. Reach. Good. Reach. Good. Right foot forward, left foot back. See how many of those points you can coordinate at once. The 3 points of the feet. The length in your spine. The armpit chest opening. The top shoulders rolling down and back. The glutes chasing to the heels. The front of the leg reaching to the back of the leg. And make more space. Now breathe it. Bring in that smooth inhalation and exhalation through your nose. And exhale, switch. Left foot forward. Find that strength, that engaging in your legs, that engagement in your glutes. Find one point to focus on with your gaze, with your eyes. Smooth the breath, soften the brain. And find that internal lift in the armpit chest opening. Good. Awesome. Okay, right foot forward. We're going to bring the arms straight up. Palms are together. Extended up overhead. Palms together, extended up overhead. Now, if you can, look up towards the ceiling. Again, you can always hold on to a wall or a chair. Arms extending up, looking up. And you're trying to reach those arms behind your ear holes. So left foot is back, right foot is forward. Act as though you're pressing the floor wider through the pressure of your feet. Tailbone descending, glutes descending. More length in the spine. Engaging the muscle to the bone. Heart opening. And if you're able to, look up at the ceiling. Exhale, come down. Good work. Switch feet, left foot forward, right foot back. Again, hold on to a wall if you need it for balance. Hands on your hips. Hands to your heart. Lift that heart. Find that equal pressure in your feet. Exhale, extend your arms up. Try and draw your arms behind your ear holes, looking up if you can. And now reach, find more length in the spine. Find more space in the vertebra. Reach through the toe tips. Exhale, come down. Right foot forward, left foot back. This time you're going to need a little bit more width to your stance. So the right foot's forward, toes facing forward. The back foot is kicked out. Toes are pointing towards the left. And you're trying to get this back edge of your foot touching. So press into the back edge of your foot. You can, of course, hold on to a wall. So really lift your inner arch in that back foot. Press the outside edge of your back foot, your left foot. This is going to reorganize the muscle, the tissue in the legs. Hold on to a wall if you need. It's really great support. Hold on to a chair if you need. So hands on your hips, trying to square the chest. Drawing the glutes down towards the back heel. Lifting that armpit chest. Engaging the muscle to the bone, especially in that back leg. If you can, inhale, lift arms up, looking up towards the ceiling. Drawing those arms behind the ears. Reach, extend, ground that back outer edge of your foot. Exhale, come up. Switch your feet around. So now the left foot is facing forward. The right foot is in the back. Toes kicked slightly out towards the right. Work on that back leg. Find that outer edge of your foot and press. Bend the front leg. Have as much width as you need in your stance. Ideally, we're trying to get the front leg parallel with the floor. Hold on to a wall, hold on to a chair, hold on to support. Hands at your pelvis. Again, that outside edge of your back foot is going to want to come off the floor. Press into the floor. Lift your inner arch towards the ceiling. And right now you're just building that capacity, building those knee joints, building those stabilizing muscles in the legs and the spine. And then if you can, inhale, reach the arms up, looking up towards the ceiling. Smooth breathing. Glutes chasing to the heels. Exhale, come up. Switch sides again. Rotating, so right foot forward, left foot back. You got to do the repetition to even start getting into the pose, warming up the muscles, teaching the body, teaching the spine. Bending that front knee, really pressing the outside edge of the foot into the floor. Lifting the inner arch, hold on to support. Try and get the back of the thigh parallel with the floor, but don't lose that connection to the outer edge of your back foot. Inhale if you're able, extend the arms up, lifting up, trying to reach the arms behind the ear holes. Find that extension in your back foot. Lengthen longer. Smooth breathing. Exhale, come up. Twist. Left foot forward. Right foot kicked out. Inhale, hands on your hips, bending, trying to get that 90 degrees. Widen your stance if necessary. Really try and get that back of your leg parallel to the floor. And don't lose that connection to the outside edge of your foot, reaching to ground that. If you can, inhale, arms up, reaching the arms behind the ears, looking up to the ceiling. Face soft. Smooth breathing. Exhale. Come on up. Slowly, gently walk your feet together. Slowly, gently walk your feet together. Good. Want to warm up some circulation throughout the whole spine, which gets to the brain and the back of the brain. Impacting that vagus nerve again. So left foot forward, right foot back, toes facing forward, right foot slightly kicked out, back foot slightly kicked out. Hands on your hips. A little bit wider stance this time. Engage the muscle to the bone. Engage the kneecap up, the thigh, the quad reaching up towards the pelvis. Square your hips, square your chest. Bending forward. Now I want, rather than a rounded back for this one, really start opening your back. Open your thoracic spine, your upper spine. Roll those top shoulders down and back. You're working with those stabilizing muscles in the feet and the ankles and the knee joints. Smooth breathing. So you should really feel a toning, a strengthening, a contracting along the whole spine, especially the upper spine. Reach, good. Open the heart. Ground that back edge of your foot. Lengthen the spine more. And then exhale, coming into more of a forward fold. Hands on the hips. And you're reaching the head down towards the shin, not towards the knee, towards the shin, the ankle. So you're lengthening the spine. Lengthening the back of the neck. Again, hold on to a wall, hold on to the floor, hold on to a chair if you need support. Watch the ankle, find those stabilizing muscles. Again, that's so good for the knee joint. Lengthen the back of the neck. Find more length in the spine. Aim for your shin, forehead to the shin, not the knee. Smooth your breath. Try and find that 6-second inhalation and 6-second out exhalation through the nose. Smooth breathing. Good. Switch. Right foot forward, left foot back. Start with your hands on your hips, heart opening. Chest square with the wall in front of you. Woo. Hold on to anything for support. Open the heart. Chase the black back glute towards the heel. Heart lifting, heart lifting, heart lifting. Reaching forward, reaching forward. It's like a mini back bend. Lifting the heart open, rolling the top shoulders down and back. Muscle to the bone. Finding more spaciousness in your knee joints. And then exhale, forward bend. Trying to reach the forehead to your shin. Towards your ankle, not towards your knee. So release the back of the neck. Again, you can have a chair here for support, blocks here for support, a wall for support. Open the back of the neck. Make more length in the spine. Your spine is growing longer. Your legs are engaged, engaging the muscle to the bone. Really press into the outside edge of that back foot. Press. Jaw softens. And then keep reaching that forehead towards the shin. Jaw soft. Focus on your smooth 6-second inhale and exhale. Watch those stabilizing muscles work. Good. Exhale. Come on up. Good work. Okay, building that capacity. Strengthening those ankles. Go ahead and grab a bolster, a pillow, some blankets. Come to seated. We want to prop the pelvis up. Spread the sit bones, move the muscle, skin, tissue out of the way. Ankles are crossed. So you want your pelvis to be higher than your knees. Good. Roll those top shoulders down and back. Roll, roll, roll. Armpit, chest lifting, armpit, chest lifting, armpit, chest lifting. Something that you have to work hard to build. Lift, 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 lift. Good. And again, fill up that back lower rib. Fill it up. Nourish the kidneys, adrenals with your breath. And again, that center sternum is lifting upwards and forwards at a 60-degree angle. Good. Smooth breathing. Roll those top shoulders down and back. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Good, and then switch the crossings of your legs. Opposite leg forward. Reach through the sit bones. Find the inner sit bones. And then again, armpit, chest lifting, broaden the chest. You're literally building your capacity for life, expanding your sternum, opening your armpit chest. Fill up that lower back rib cage, fill it up. Bring your breath there. You can go ahead and close your eyes. Gazing towards the tip of your nose. Internal gaze. Keep expanding. We're just learning how to broaden our chest. Open up this armpit chest area. You're doing it through your breath and through your structure. Broaden, 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 broaden. Now you have that smooth, slow inhalation through your nose and that smooth, slow exhalation through your nose. So in order to bring more breath in, which nourishes all the cells, we actually have to expand that capacity of the rib cage, of the lungs. So breathe into the lower back lungs, that lower kidney adrenal band. And then keep gently lengthening through the spine, making more space in the vertebra, more space in the joints of your spine. It's a gentle traction, right? So anytime you're extending upwards, you're reaching against gravity and you're getting a natural traction. Good. Beautiful. Okay, exhale, come back to standing. This is where you will need that broomstick or a stick of some sort. So grab a broomstick, grab a stick. This is a wooden dowel. You can get them from any hardware store. Okay, so you're gonna need a little space from the wall for this one. But you want to, however tight your shoulders are, is however wide your arms will need to be, or however long your stick will need to be. Okay. So feet are hips width apart, which is only 2 fists apart. Measure it, feet hips width apart. For some reason we all think our hips are like here. 2 fists apart. This dowel goes behind you. Palms are facing forward. You're gonna bend at the hips, natural hinge. And you can watch first. And I'll do it sideways to show you. And then you're gonna take the arms simply overhead. And some people will be here, others will be able to drop. And again, you just widen your hands, the width of your hands to get more opening. So wherever is the comfortable range for you, that's where you're working. Toes forward. And you're lengthening through the spine. So your face is facing your legs. Lengthening the back of your neck. Reaching to the top of your head. So much great length in there. Great shoulder opening. Good. So if you need that instruction again, the hands are wide. The palms are facing forward. You're just grabbing around the stick, around the dowel. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Exhale, releasing your shoulders towards your head. Good. Inhale, come up. Smooth breathing. Again, palms facing forward, and you're still getting that external rotation of your arms, external rotation. Your top shoulders are still rolling down your back. Your heart is lifting, lengthening, extending, reaching to the center top of your head. Now exhale, hinge, bend forward, release the arms, the shoulders towards the back of the head. Reach through the top of the head, face parallel with your knees, lengthen through the top of your head. Now we all need this shoulder work, this neck work, strengthening, making space in the cervical vertebra, working through those tissues, that fascia. But especially if you're working on a computer, working on your phone, for so many of us, this is where we hold stress. So it's really getting directly into those tissues. It's like a massage from the inside out. Exhale up. Equal pressure in your feet to come up. Okay, so remember, coming in and out is just as important, if not more important, than the actual position. So when you exhale, come forward, bend evenly. Bend evenly. Reach through your toe tips, reach through those 3 points in each feet. Engage, lift those kneecaps up towards the ceiling. And then your arms are moving slowly, symmetrically. Slowly, symmetrically. So the right arm doesn't move faster than the left. It's slow and symmetrical. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. Again, forehead is reaching towards the shin, not towards the knees. And then to come up, the more slowly you move, the more symmetrically, the more you're going to get out of this. So press through your feet at an equal rate to rise at an equal rate. Move your arms at the exact same speed. And again, anywhere that you want to rush through the pose, that's where there's a weakness. So if you find yourself rushing, go back. Go back to where you rushed. Move slower in the spaces that you want to rush out of the pose. That's where you're going to start building the strength where there's weaknesses. Come out coordinated, come out symmetrically, come out smoothly. You're literally building a smooth nervous system. And then your arms are wide. Feet hips width apart. The dowel stick is just resting on your sacrum. And you're going to use that stick to help you get that external rotation of your arms, to help you to get that lift and opening of your chest, top shoulders rolling down and back. Top shoulders rolling down and back. Lengthen through the top of the head. Good. Exhale, release. Okay, so again, building from last week. Building from last week. I'm going to demonstrate. So just watch before you get in. Heels aligned with your sit bones. Fingertips reaching towards them. So I'm going to press through my feet equally to raise my pelvis equally. And just watching first. And then I'm going to palms facing up. Walk, 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 walk to the top of my shoulders. My knees are reaching towards each other, heels slightly kicked out. And I'm still getting that external rotation of my arms to open my shoulders. And then my fingertips, including my pinkies, are touching the floor, palms facing up. And then I'm going to exhale, press through my feet to lift my sacrum up to the ceiling. Still watching, everyone. external rotation. So my opening of my chest is coming through the pressure of my feet. And then still watching when I come down, those knees are coming towards each other. And I'm chasing my glutes towards my knees, away from my head, chasing, moving. And then that's what opens the chest. So my palms are facing up. I'm still getting that external rotation. And the more slowly you move, the more you're going to get out of this. So my knees are coming towards each other and I'm busting at the seams, opening this armpit chest. I'm working with all of my strength. And then I'm chasing those glutes towards the heels, away from the head. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Again, hovering. Again, working more slowly through the places you want to rush. And look, I'm still hovering. I'm not touching the ground yet. And then when the sacrum touches the ground, the knees come together. And then you just created a massive heart opening, a massive structural shift. And this is that posture of internal self-worth from the inside out. Okay, so exhale, press your feet. We're going to do it together. Everyone come lying on your back. Heels aligned with your sit bones. Palms facing up. Exhale. Press your feet into the floor equally and work so slowly, symmetrically, smoothly. The slower you work, the more you're going to get out of it. Equal pressure in the feet. Equal pressure in the feet. Press, 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 press. And then walk on top of your shoulders. Remember, we never ever turn our neck in this pose. Chin to your sternum. Chin to your sternum. Roll onto the tops of your shoulders. Walk onto the tops of your shoulders. Your palms are still facing up. Equal pressure in your feet. Raising your sacrum towards the ceiling. Lift, lift, lift. Equal pressure in the feet. Release the inner groin towards the inner knee. And then again, the work comes as you're coming down. So maintain that equal pressure, maintain your chin to your sternum. Reach your glutes towards your knees, away from your head. Reach, reach, reach with all your strength. Reach, reach, reach. Reach, reach, reach. Wherever you want to rush through the pose, move slower. Knees are slowly coming towards each other. Armpit chest opening. Glutes chasing towards your heels. You're going to get a natural opening of your heart, of your chest. Knees come towards each other. You're still hovering off the ground. Hover, 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 hover. And the second your sacrum touches the floor, those knees come together. And the armpit chest is still busting open. Again, it's the posture of self-worth, of inner confidence, but it's a humble confidence. So that center sternum is lifting towards your chin. So your sacrum's on the floor, your feet are rooted, your wrists are pressing evenly. Press your right wrist and your left wrist equally on the floor. All fingertips are touching the floor. Feel that heart opening. And then we're going to go up again. Remember, keep your chin aligned with your center sternum. And then start slowly pressing into your feet. Press, 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 equal pressure. Equal pressure, equal pressure. Work slower than you think. Slower than you think. Equal pressure, equal pressure, equal pressure. Keep rising the sacrum up towards the ceiling. Equal pressure in your feet, equal pressure in your shoulders, equal pressure in your wrists. Chin to your sternum. Open the armpit chest. Bring your breath into the armpit chest. Soften the forehead, soften the jaw, soften the throat. Use the firm pressure of your feet to rise your sacrum more. Again, walking to the tops of your shoulders, palms facing up to the ceiling. Smooth, steady breath, soften the jaw. Release the inner groins towards the inner knees. Center sternum is lifting towards your chin. Center sternum lifting towards your chin. Lift, 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 lift. Fingertips expanding, reaching. And then again, we're going to come down slowly. So you're chasing your glutes, your butt muscles, away from the back of your head, towards your knees. Chase, 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 chase. Strong glute work, strong glute work. Your knees do not go wide. Your knees track towards each other. Knees tracking towards each other. They never go wide. Armpit chest opening. Armpit chest opening. Track your glutes towards your heels and slowly lower the pelvis. And I mean slow. Hover. Hover in the places that you want to move fast. Hover in the places, pause in the places you want to skip. Navel to your spine. Hover, hold. 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 Open the armpit chest more. Open the palms more. Fingertips touching the floor. Chin aligned with your center sternum. Glutes chasing to your heels. You're still hovering. And the second that sacrum touches the ground, the knees come together. And you're still lifting with all of your effort the center sternum towards the chin. Center sternum towards the chin. Center sternum towards the chin. Lift. Lift. Armpit chest opening. Lift. It's fighting for your life. Fight. Open. Open the heart. Open the chest. Pinkies are grounded. Wrists are flat. Equal pressure in your wrists. Equal pressure in your feet. Equal pressure in the back of your head. Navel to your spine. Feel that opening all through your armpit chest. We're going to do one more round. Because you really just set up your structure. You did the foundational work. So inhale, equal pressure in your feet. Equal pressure in your feet. Equal pressure in your feet. Slowly raise your glutes. Or raise your sacrum towards the ceiling. Lifting, go slow. Again, anywhere that you find yourself rushing, pause, go slow. Equal pressure in your feet. Equal pressure in your feet to raise the sacrum towards the ceiling. Walking on the tops of your shoulders, equal pressure in your shoulders. Fingertips reaching towards your heels. Glutes are strong, active. Stable, it's stabilizing to the sacrum. Raise that sacrum towards the ceiling. Raise it towards the ceiling. Armpit chest opening. Face soft. Inner groins reaching towards your knees, and remember the knees never ever go wide. Pretend like your knees are squeezing a block. Exhale with all of your strength. Draw your glutes towards your knees. Glutes towards your knees, and you're moving slow towards the ground. As slow as you can possibly go. Again, pausing where you want to skip. Knees tracking towards each other, glutes chasing towards the heels, away from the head. Equal pressure in your feet, your wrists, your shoulders. We're still not touching the ground yet. Glutes chasing towards your knees. Hover, hover. Chin aligned with your sternum. Jaw soft, forehead soft. Glutes chasing, glutes chasing. And when the sacrum touches the ground, the knees come together. Knees together. Equal pressure in your feet. Equal pressure in your sacrum. Equal pressure in your wrists. Equal pressure in your shoulders. And again, fight for your life. Armpit, chest open. Bring your breath into your armpit, chest. Center sternum reaching towards your chin. Center sternum reaching towards your chin. Equal pressure in your hands, equal pressure in the back of your head. Equal pressure in your feet. Sternum lifting, sternum lifting, sternum lifting, sternum lifting. That's again where that inherent, innate self-worth resides. You're born with it. You're born with it. Lift that center sternum towards your chin. Lift that center sternum towards your chin. Smooth breath. And again, we're on our backs now, but you're still chasing those glutes towards the heels away from your face. Right? So that's going to create a toning of the core. It's going to create a lengthening of the lower back. And now extend the back of your head towards the top of your head, your forehead towards your chin towards your sternum. So you're lengthening the back of your neck. And at the same time, the glutes are chasing towards the heels, so you're lengthening the lower spine. And then you're opening, you are busting open the armpit, chest, the sternum. And your fingertips are reaching towards your toe tips, as though your arms, your fingers are growing longer. Lengthen. Engage the muscle to your bones in your arms. And again, that lower back rib is reaching towards the floor. Okay? Lower back rib reaching towards the floor. So that kidney adrenal band reaching towards the floor. So much to coordinate at once. Still open up that lung capacity, which goes all the way to the top of your shoulders, by bringing that breath and broadening the chest. So smooth 6-second inhalation, smooth 6-second exhalation. Reach to the fingertips. Reach to the fingertips. Sternum lifting. So it takes a lot of practice and attention in this short time that we have together to really establish these foundational patterns that you want to carry with you in your life, in your day. And the goal is that we practice often enough that it just is the natural posture. It's your norm. You built that foundation from the inside out. And absolutely, it takes work. Absolutely, it takes thousands of hours. And so we got next, roll over to your right side. Press downward to come upward. And you just got one of those hundreds or thousands of hours in. So good job. And it's worth it, right? Even though it's hard, it's beyond worth it. So eyes closed, nose towards your chin, chin towards your center sternum lifting towards your chin, center sternum lifting upwards and forwards. So eyes are closed, jaw is soft, center forehead is soft. And just notice how you feel. Notice any new opening, any new circulation in the back of the neck, the back of the brain. Notice any softness in the brain, the nervous system. Notice how you don't have to fight so hard to get that armpit chest open, that heart open, because you just worked for it. Right? But if you can do that for 30 seconds on the hour, imagine the retraining that would be. So it's impacting the brain, it's impacting the vagus nerve. But what that really means is just you feel more peaceful. And then that becomes your baseline, right? So you're really training a calmness, a peace that then you bring into life, or that then you have as your baseline when things go wrong, when things go south. That's the training. Okay, so keep that work. Feel that repositioning of the brain, the repositioning of the structure. It's so amazing what you can tap into, the potential you can tap into just by working on that structure. Okay, great work. How's everybody doing? We are just a few minutes over, so I know if you have to hop, you gotta hop.
I feel great. I'm glad to be back. And I want to say this real quick. Like last week, I had did some yard work, and I didn't really forget that I came to class, but I didn't realize I forgot how my body would feel after class. So when you said my body is sore, I said that's why my body is sore. I said I don't even think it was the yard work. I said I think it was Coach Rita. but I'm glad to be back. I feel so good in my body. So again, thank you like always.
Welcome back. We love having you. I love it. Good work. All right, and let's keep the practice going. Millie, I know you can't come off. We love you. Bye.